Vicky here with you, and today I'm here for the Take 5 Art Challenge of the month of June. This time it's given to us by Sylvia. So if you don't know what the Take 5 Art Challenge is, we're a bunch of 12 ladies led by Kira, and basically we choose different prompts every month, and 5 different prompts every month, so we all alternate, which is pretty awesome because you get to have all kinds of different things that normally you would not play with, because you know, we get used to using the same supplies over and over again. So by having this challenge, it gives us the opportunity to play with other supplies and different things. So in the description box below will be the link to all the other ladies participating, so go and check them out and give them some love. For the prompts will also be in the description box below, and the prompts this time is add lyrics of a song you like, include tea bag or tea or coffee filter, play with monochromatic color palette, use 2 stamps or 2 stencils, and rub-ons. So I have this set of rub-ons that I've never used from Tim Holtz, so I thought that'd be fun to use one of them. So that's going to be my rub-on. I decided to go with the lyrics for the song For Good in the musical Wicked, and that gave me my color palette, which is going to be green and black. So monochromatic, it's all going to be all sorts of greens, but then I will add the black as the accent. I have pulled out my stamps from Tim Holtz, and I probably use some scripts or the number stamp and the script. I don't have empty regular tea bags and stuff, so I figured I was going to use some of these, which are tea filters, and I had purchased these things for making some mixed media. So it's going to be the first time I use them, and I think I'm going to use them on my cards because I'm making a pocket letter with it. And so I'm going to start off by using the tea filter, tearing them apart, and then gluing it on to the different, I don't know if I'm going to need 2 or not, so I pulled out 2 just in case. And I'm just going to glue it on the back of the playing cards. So I'm using playing cards instead of regular ETC, like cardboard for my ETCs, just because I'm lazy and I want it easy peasy. So I'm just gonna, and I kind of like that there's texture, so I'm not gonna, is it gonna actually stay or is it gonna lift? I've got a feeling it's gonna lift. So I think it's going to be a change of plans, and I'm going to go with my decoupage medium. I don't want gloss, let's use satin, because I don't want to take forever to do this stage of it. And I've got a feeling that that's what it's gonna do if I don't glue it down properly. Like, I'll be regretting this part of the making of my Take 5. Okay, so just put that aside. So I can't wait for you guys to participate. If you participate in this, you can just let Kira, if you make a video, just let Kira know, and she'll include you in the, she always makes a playlist, and she'll include you in the playlist so that other people can see your work, which is really awesome. I really like the fact that there's so many different takes on the different prompts. I mean, we all have the same prompts, but we all make completely different items, and it's really fun. I wasn't quite sure which song to use, and then I had an idea which I think is totally brilliant, and so I'm going for that. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for the 30 inks as a writing thing. I haven't figured it out yet. We're Sunday, so I still have a little bit of time, but not much, before it's time to actually do the 30 inks, 30 days. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that one out sooner rather than later. Oh, the decoupage medium stinks. I haven't used that in a while, and I don't know, it just stinks to me. I just find it's very strong smell. Okay, put that in water, put this away, and I can put this away so that I don't touch it and I don't put it all over my space. How can I think I'm just gonna hang it from over here. Okay, so then I'm just gonna dry these off a little bit. I actually don't need this one, so I'll put that one away. And I'm just gonna use my heat gun because I have no patience and I don't want this video to take forever and a day. Okay, so I think it's fairly dry. I'll put I've got one of those little dishes from Michael's, and it's been used as my acrylic palette. It's very dirty, but it's perfect for this type of thing. So all kinds of different greens. I don't know how it's gonna pan out in the, because I want the card to kind of disappear, the blue, but it's been gessoed, but it's still, I don't know, got a feeling it's gonna still show through a bit, which I don't mind so much, but it's gonna kind of ruin my monochromatic color scheme. Okay, so there's that green. There's a big loop of paint that's on there. Guess once I've finished with all the layers, I can go back and add some more. I just want all the different greens to be on there first. I can always add coloring pencils or something on it too, I guess, or other mediums. I feel like it. Okay, so there's, whoops, that one. And then let's add this last one. I could also go with the marker and color in some of the spots that are not colored. But I'm thinking that as I'm doing this, I can probably dry them a bit and then just add a bit more of the whichever paint seems to be missing from whichever card, because I'm covering them more than I was like the beginning, the first one. So I think most of it should be pretty much covered. The words to the lyrics to the song is going to take a lot of room, so it's going to hide a big chunk of the very messy background. I'm also hoping that through the stamping it's going to uniform some of this out. So let's dry this a bit. And then go in for whatever little touch up. Okay, so add a bit more of this paint and a bit more of this one. Whoops, that was a lot more. Side and a little bit more of this one. This card is pretty covered. Even if I have a few of the other paint the green paint mixed together. Doesn't really matter. Just want to have more uniform look. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this one. Missing a bit of this. A little bit more of the darker one. It's pretty cool. This one I'm going to go with more of the darker one. You could paint them all together as I've done before in the painty paper technique and just attach them all together with some washi tape. That would work. I was just too lazy to do that. And sometimes when you rip the paper up, it just damages the color, the paint, and I don't want to have to go and redo backgrounds. I really want this to be one shot, so that's why I'm doing it that way. I think I've covered pretty much everything, which is pretty awesome. I'm really happy that it's covering so well, and that I won't have to go with any other medium actually. Like, you really can't see the blue anymore, which is perfect. Second layer always does that, like it finishes it off. Okay, so I think I have all my cards covered pretty much to the level I want. So I'll just put them aside here, and I will try to use up the leftover paint I've got before I clean up my desk. So I have this book, which I'm almost finished. I think I only have one layout left in it. Yeah, I only have one layout left. And so I'm just gonna go for the kill and use up all the green leftover paint that I have. It kind of fits with the color of the background. So put that in water. Some water. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll put that aside to dry, and now I'll clean up my mess and I'll be back. Okay, so we're at the next step. I cleaned up my desk. That's the fun of having a glass. It makes the cleanup so much easier when you're doing something messy like this. So I pulled out my Archiver black ink, and I'm just gonna take one of my stamps and just go randomly on all of them. Okay, so here's one stamp done. Let's do the second one. For the second one, I'll use the script. Okay, so here's the second one done. I really like using those stamps. They're some of my favorite dimples. I'm really happy I got them when I did. And just keep them close. Yeah, close, but not that close. Why is it that it keeps falling? And I have to wet the back again. Okay, so put this aside so that I don't make a big mess. Okay, now I think we're missing the lyrics and the rub-on. So I'm gonna do the lyrics first. So in the pocket letter, it's gonna be 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so I'm gonna move them aside so I have actually some room to write. I'm gonna use my fountain pen because I love fountain pen writing, and I'm gonna use some Tomo River paper. And I'm just gonna handwrite the sentiments I want to put on here. Okay, so that's one. And this one is going to go in the middle because it just feels like it should be there because it's the name of the song. I just realized my recycling bin is away from me. We'll shuffle stuff around. Okay, so this one is going to go in the middle right there. Then okay, I don't like that one. Talk about not doing a good job. I don't like my handwriting that much, so it's making this complicated, but it's gonna be more personal. Okay, so here's, I kind of like the fact that I've put the border so that the P sticks out of the border. So this one's gonna go on that one. People come into our lives for a reason. Then the next one is going to be Simba is hungry and she wants Andrew to feed him, to feed her, I mean. So this one says, I'm who I am today because I knew you. So some have bigger, more words than others, but I hope that it turns out the way I'm imagining it in my head. Might not, but I won't know until I try it, right? So so this goes here. Oops. Here we go. Okay, the next one, because I didn't choose all the words because obviously it would have been way too long, so I chose some phrase that meant something. I can't seem to be able to tell you what it says when I'm doing it, and I misspelled that one. Okay, so you'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. You'll be with me like, it's too large. With me like a handprint on my heart. Okay, so put this in the recycling bin. I'm running out of Tomo River paper and I hope I have another little strip. Oh yes I do, yes, lucky. Okay, so then the next one says whatever way or stories and that was basically the following phrase from that one. You'll be like with me like a handprint on my heart, whatever way our stories end. I just thought it was too long for one little card, so whatever. And I'm not gluing them down right away just because I just rolled them and I don't want to smudge them. So if I was to put my fingers on it, I can see the ink is still drying, so it would not be good. Okay, so whatever way our stories end. Then the next one is this one is a longer one. So I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Whoops. Get in line by being my friend. Okay. Yeah. This is long. So this one says, I do believe I've been changed for the better. Then I'm going to do them all at once, so it's going to be faster. The other one's going to say, because I knew you. And this one says, I've been changed for good. It's a pretty awesome song. And when you go and see the musical in person, it's really, like, it comes to get you. It was really a wonderful, wonderful musical. I miss going to musicals. Now that the theaters and that sort of thing will be open again, maybe we can start having them again. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I book anything. Really want to make sure that there's no change and that it stays open. I've been kind of burnt with having to run after refunds because stuff has been cancelled, so I don't want to do this again. Okay, so that's that. Now I just need to cut everything out. It's a different type of make than what I would usually make. but I'm pretty sure once it's all finished and put together, it's going to be pretty good. It's they're very simple, but at the same time, it's a long labor of love. I think I'm going to be doing the edging of the cards in black. I think that will make it look better. Was wondering if I was doing a doodly border, but I don't think so, because there's already doodly borders around the words. So I think that's enough for that. Whoops. Close. Finish that one off. Okay, so put this away. Okay, now I can glue these down. Technically it should glue fairly easily because it's Tomoe River paper, so it's very thin. And there's not that much texture on these, so and I didn't put enough glue at the top. So here we go. Then okay, so that's the next one. Hope you're doing well. I wonder what you're working on. What type of project? Today's like 2 videos for me, because I have my card making video plus this one. So hope you enjoy the extra content. I hope it gives you some ideas of something you could do to send a letter to a friend in a different format. So we still have the rub-on to do, and that will come soon once we finish gluing all of these. I should say once I finish, because you're not gluing anything, but yeah. Whoops. The next step I'm going to do after this is just edge everything, and then I'll put the rub on. Just because when I've put it in the sleeves, I don't want the edging to still be wet and to smudge. Trying not to put my big fingers all over it too much because it smudges otherwise. That's why I'm using this, because anyway I'm going to need it for the rub-on. But in order to have the glue really on it, I feel like I have to press it in the glue. So that's why I'm doing it that way. A bit of glue on top. Almost finished the gluing part. The fun part after that is the assembling it and the putting the goodies inside it, which I'm not going to be doing on camera. A little piece of glue stuck on my finger. So this is probably going to be the pocket letter that's going to have taken me the longest to do ever. But there's a big message to it all. So even though, like I said, it doesn't look like much, smudging. It doesn't look that much, but it's still. Okay, so then let's use the Sharpie and go around the edges. Just because I think it's going to give it a better look. Especially once it's in the sleeves. Right now you probably don't really see it because of the fact that I've got a black background, but I just find that it finishes off the cards a little bit better. I almost always edge my things some way. Doesn't take that much time, but I find that it really make a big difference in the final look of whatever. You could probably see it more on the well, you can't see it because it's off camera. Okay, but you're gonna see it more with the next cards that I'm doing because they're on white background, and you see the big difference that it does. So see this one versus that one, you can, like, it pops more. I'll give you a closer look of the pocket letter once I'm finished with it. Okay, so there's that. Now for this one, that's the one I'm gonna add my rub-on to. And I will just cut it out just so that I make my life a little bit easier. And I don't end up rubbing other portions, because that's the type of stuff I would do. This is the first time I use rub-ons from Tim Holtz. Hopefully they work well. I have no idea. This is a tool from Creative Memories that I've had like forever and a day. It's used to lift up stickers and for rub-ons, as you can see here. But it's not clear that it's all on the whatever. Okay, it worked. Yay! That's the part I hate about rub-ons, is when they don't work. So that's that. So let's now just put this thing into the pocket letter. This is just a collector's card sleeve. Has 9 spots, as you can see. And what's great with this is that you can fold it into 3 parts and put it in a regular business size letter, business envelope. You know, those big, the rectangular ones like that. And it works really well, and you don't pay more in shipping unless you put a lot of goodies. Depends on, so you fold it like this and then you just stick it in. So here's a closer look to all the different ones, and then and so that's my Take 5 art challenge for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to reading your comments about it. And that's it for me for today. So love you guys, stay safe, and go and check out the other wonderful ladies. Bye!